He dropped onto your bed, clutching the paper in disbelief. Why? And just then you stepped into the room and froze. Your eyes widened as you saw the file in his hand. Opa, you whispered. Is this real? His voice cracked. Why is this real, dear? Falling your eyes, lips trembling. You nodded. Please, you whispered. Please don't tell anyone, especially not Taehyung. Why? He demanded, raising from the bed. He's the father. He has the right to know. You shook your head, Driscoll. No, he will think I am trying to tie him down again. I don't want to come between him and Yuna. I don't want to renew anything anymore. I just want to do this on my own. Jimin stared at you stunned, and then you broke down. You covered your mouth and cried, shoulders shaking. Breathe, Reg. Jimin harsh at her. He slowly stepped forward, then pulled you into his arm, hugging you tightly. His jaw clenched as he pressed a hand protectively to the back of your head. You are not alone, he whispered. Even if world turns its back on you, I am with you and always. The morning light poured through the window, warm but distant, much like the people around you these days. You stood by the sink, pressing your shaking hand to your lower stomach. The testing result from the clinic burned into your memory 2 months along. You hadn't told anyone, not even Jimin, not Taehyung, especially not Taehyung. You knew what he think, that you were trapping him again, that you were using the baby just like he believed you to use the marriage. You couldn't bear that look in his eyes again. Day passed, then week, but your smile didn't return. You moved quietly through the park mansion like a shadow of your former self. You didn't laugh, you bravely spoke unless someone asked something directly, and even then your answers were short, empty. Jimin noticed everything. He really did. He brought your favorite snack, that silly note outside your door, playing your old favorite drama loudly, hoping you come out what with him. Sometimes he sat outside your room with his guitar, humming lullaby you used to love. But every time he saw you, there was only sad smile on your lips, one that didn't reach your eyes. I am fine, Opa, you whispered one afternoon, gently squeezing his hand after he left a tray warm soup on your desk. You are not, he replied softly. I smiled, but he didn't push. He just smiled. I will wait till you are. That night you stood in front of the mirror in your soft cotton pajama. Your hand rested on your growing belly, now visible, rounded, delicate, and free. Breathe your touch. 3 quite heavy months. Hi baby, you whispered softly, gently. You must be wondering where your daddy is. But mama here, okay, tears gathered in your eyes, but you didn't let them fall. And she loves you more than anything. You kissed your fingertip and pressed them to your belly as a soft dreaming smile flicking across your lips just for a second. Meanwhile, at the game stage, Taehyung stood at his office window, his hand clenched into fist. He had tried to forget, tried to believe what everyone was saying, that you were wrong, that Yuna was right, that he should let go. But no matter how hard he tried, your absence echoes through your room, every breath, your scent, your voice, your warm presence. He needed to see you. Hoping to distract himself with the work, something catch his eyes. A fold paper placed gently drawer, his name written on in front of dedicated handwriting, his chest tightened. He said, slowly pulling it out of trembling hand as he read each word. By the time you read this, I will be gone, not because I stopped caring, but because I finally learned that love can't be forced, no matter how deeply it's felt. I am sorry. I am sorry if my presence in your life ever felt like a burden. I am sorry if I crossed line by doing things a wife would do when I was never truly one in your eyes. I am sorry for the dinner, the folded shirt. The way I have waked up late, always hoping for something I should have known wouldn't come. I don't blame you for not loving me. You loved someone else and I walked into your life unwanted, tired by arrangement, not by choice. I see that now, and while I try to fill the silence with care and the distance with the loyalty, I understand that love isn't about how much you give, it's about how it's received. I guess I thought if I gave you enough, stay long enough, try to hard enough, you might turn around, but love doesn't work like that. I have decided to let you go, not because I have stopped loving you, but because I respect you enough to trap you in something that makes you unhappy. You deserve freedom. You deserve a love that makes your heart race, not a shadow that lingers. The letter isn't a goodbye, it's a quiet release of you, of me, of everything I held on to wasn't mine to keep. As he read each word, the silence screamed around him. Every line felt like a knife, gentle but deep. You didn't scream, you didn't excuse, you simply let go. You didn't let him go. That's what broke him. He clutched the letter in his hand, leaning back in his chair, closing his eyes. The memory of you flooded in his mind, your laugh when he garnered spicy food, the way you always made sure his style was perfect before he left, your silent strength, your quiet beat. He never noticed. You never trying to trap him. You were just loving him in your own way, patiently, gently, and he had pushed you. Now all he had was your handwriting on a piece of paper and a goodbye he never asked for, but maybe he deserved. He stood up restfully, heart racing. No, he muttered, not like this. He grabbed his coat. He had to see you. He had to fix this. This wasn't ready to let go, not anymore. That evening he showed up at the Jimin mansion. Jimin stood at the door, face cold and calm. I want to see her, Taehyung said, voice low. She doesn't want to see you. She's my wife. She signed the divorce paper, Jimin said fatly. Moved on, Taehyung. Let her heal, let her breathe. Taehyung jaw tightened. Why are you protecting her like I am the villain? Because you are, he snapped. She sacrificed everything and all she wanted was your love. You threw it away. Forgive Why and marry Yuna. Let Wine go. I am not divorcing her, he groaned, his voice thundering now. I don't care what she signed. I am not signing it. Jimmy narrowed his eyes. Why? Because of guilt? Or because you finally realized you love her? Tim didn't answer because he couldn't. Because it was guilt. It was something much deeper, a realization he couldn't shake. He didn't want to live a life without you anymore. Not now, not never. Tim sat in his silk office, eyes scanning over a report, but his mind wasn't on the numbers. It hasn't been weak. His thought kept drifting back to you, to the silence that replaced your voice, the divorce paper that shattered something inside him. A knock on the door broke his thought. Come in, he said without looking up. His PA Minho stepped in nervously, clutching the file to his chest. Sir, I need to tell you something. Tim glared up, profound. What is it? Minho hesitated. I have been investigating the last major deal we lost. Hack that we assume it was an internal leak, and I think I know who it was. Tim strained. Who? Minho throat bobbed as he whispered, Yuna. The room fell silent. What did you just say? His voice was dangerously low. Minho stepped forward, trembling silently. She leaked the proposals file. I didn't believe it at first, but I checked her calls log, her email activity, even surveillance near her place. She had been meeting secretly with Hawan. Hawan, his hand clenched. My biggest rival. Minho noted, shame in his eyes. She's not just meeting him, his girlfriend, has been for a while. She was sent to get close to you. Hawan used her as a puppet. Everything she did was a lie. The memory hit like wave. Yuna's sweet voice, her perfectly timed affection, her soft dedication, all of it. Taehyung stood slowly. Where is she now? Minho answered instantly. Sir, she at the Leaf Bean Cafe with her group of friends. I just passed by and saw her laughing with them. Taehyung didn't wait.